You're asking me questions that weren't in the pre-read, so now I don't have a quick answer for you. I don't get uncomfortable easily. And I feel that's what simplicity is, right? Like what is simplicity is like if you don't have too many hiccups, you don't need too many luxurious things. Luckily, I was raised in a way where the basic is good enough, so anything you have more than the basic is a bonus. And with that attitude, you're just always going to be happy, because if you're happy with dal chawal, anything more than that is amazing. All the kids loved me because now they've been seeing me on the internet. So even though I didn't go to school with them and I didn't have to do drama and all of that stuff, like and be part of the gossip and all of be on the top of the social chart, they knew me because now I'm famous. And it felt so amazing that the same popularity I had of being the most popular person on the hill, crazy kiya re, ta-tan. Who is not an Aishwarya Rai fan? Like imagine Aishwarya Rai has gone to Paris for the L'Oreal show and Kendall Jenner's gone and taken a picture with her. Yeah. Kim Kardashian's come to India and she's gone and taken a selfie with Aishwarya. Like, who is not an Aishwarya Rai fan?
Thank you, Orry, for making time for us at Indian Express. Thank you for inviting us to your house. It's a beautiful place. And in South Bombay, it's in Altamount Road, guys. Orry's house is...
Give away my address to everyone.
No, I'm not telling you exactly where it is, right? It's exactly very...
So now they know where to come and they'll see the car outside and find their way inside.
It's very close to Antilia, so it's okay. Orry, so first of all, I know we've planned this question, but I want to ask, as a warm-up question, who is Orry today and how did Orry become the Orry that we see today?
You're asking me questions that weren't in the pre-read, so now I don't have a quick answer for you. Okay, who is Orry today? I can tell you, Orry today is not the same Orry as he was yesterday. I can tell you the Orry today is not the same Orry that you saw last month, because when I was little, someone told me that that I'd got a haircut. My hair was long and I'd cut short. And my friends were like, oh my God, Orry's gonna have a new personality now. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, are you making fun of my haircut? And my friend was like, no, like every time you cut your hair, your personality changes a bit with it. And I realized that's kind of true. Like every time you change your hair or your look, you kind of do change with that, And I feel in the past few months, I have gone from long black hair with a bun to 50% blonde hair to neon pink tips to red hair. I don't know if you've seen all these colors all over the internet. Then I cut it short. Just last night I changed it, I did the sides. So I am constantly changing, and I feel like with my hairstyle and my look changes and my avatar changes, I really do think the personality is changing with it too. And sometimes even my tone of voice. And yes, so who is Orry today? It's definitely ever changing. I don't know. How does anyone really know who they are today? I know the journey I'm on, but I don't really know who I am on that journey. Sometimes I'll see a picture of myself from like a week ago and I won't recognize myself. So yeah.
Who is the real Orry? Is there a simple unknown side to you?
You can literally see the backdrop of my house. See how simple this is.
I love this painting, by the way.
Thank you. I think we had a parrot named Mittu who didn't, and then one day never came back. I'm actually very simple. Like I said, how funny are humans? We're like, you're just a body and you're like over decorated. So you can take the decorations up and you can take the decorations down. You can turn on the volume, turn off the volume. One thing I do actually love about myself is that I would like to say, don't have too many hiccups. I am very able. I think I'm very able. Like I'm not the most like, I don't get uncomfortable easily. And I feel that's what simplicity is, right? Like what is simplicity is like if you don't have too many hiccups, you don't need too many luxurious things. Luckily, I was raised in a way where the basic is good enough, so anything you have more than the basic is a bonus. And with that attitude, you're just always going to be happy, because if you're happy with dal chawal, anything more than that is amazing, right? Sometimes, not too often. I mean, I love dal chawal. Who doesn't? It's like a staple food you love. But no, I'm not going to sit here and say, I love dal chawal and so relatable. No, I'm not relatable. And I do love dal chawal, but would it be my preferred food if you say, what do you want to eat? And I'm not going to say dal chawal, but if that was what was offered to me, I would eat it. Like, I wouldn't complain either. I had a phase where I still get very bad stomachs. I used to just eat curd rice for like weeks at a time. And I was absolutely fine with that, So today you see me in a fancy car, but there was a time when I didn't have a fancy car. I used to have a second hand, I would like maybe call it third hand, because it was my brother's second hand car that came to me. So if you count my brother as another person, it's third hand. Honda CRV, that was my first car. And when I got my G-Wagon, my Mercedes, it was really not symbolic, it was really, what's the word? It was a very not metaphorical. It was a very, not cinematic, there's a word for it, like it was like symbolic. Maybe let's call it symbolic. So I had this Honda CRV, and that car was the car I had through high school, and the car I always had, actually not high school, I had it in college, and I got the G-Wagon 2 years after I graduated college, and the 2-month bracket of me getting the Mercedes, that's when it was like raining in Bombay and like roads were breaking and Balkeshwar had fallen down or like hanging garden, whatever. And my car was parked on the road outside, my white CRV, and I had my white Mercedes, and they both had the same number, 7200, because that was the number I always had, so I moved forward with it. It was my parents had selected 790, I don't know, some weird, 7 plus 2 is 9, and I don't know all of that. And in the rain, a tree fell on my car and smashed it.
Which one?
The CRV.
Oh my God.
But it was symbolic for life, telling me the time has come, like, let it go. And I remember when I got the Mercedes, I was so nervous to use it because I was like, it feels not me, like I'm sitting in such an expensive car. It was my dream car. Always, I used to tell my mom, when I grew up, I want the Mercedes Jeep. I didn't even know it was called a G-Wagon, you know. I just loved that car, and I used to see Kylie Jenner drive, and it was like, what a car. It was the most uncomfortable car in the world. You can't sit in it, it's very small inside. But it looked amazing, and I didn't know that when I got it. It was my dream car. And the CRV just got crushed. And no one messaged me saying, wow, your CRV, the car, we had so many memories, but none of my friends cared. But I was very happy with that CRV. 2 weeks into the Mercedes, 2 months into the Mercedes, I still used that CRV as my preferred car. And then the time came when I had to use the new car every day, and that was God himself telling me, like, you worked hard, move on. It's okay. You know, get out of your comfort zone, drive the Mercedes.
Everybody now wants a picture with you.
Yes.
Even Rihanna got clicked with you.
She did.
I'm seeing you having parties for your fans and all.
I am.
Oh my God, Orry, what is happening? Please tell us.
So the fan party, and I've spoken about this extensively, so I'm not going to give you the biggest answer. I don't want you to have repetitive answers that other people have. But that was really a party because I was like, I am here today because of the fans. But for some reason, the commentator, the hate people on Instagram is like, we made him famous. I was like, no, you didn't make me famous. Put your money where your mouth is. You didn't make me famous. Like, I'm not someone who's chasing followers. I rather have less followers and high engagement. I rather have less followers with people who love me than a lot of followers that, you know, people ask you, would you rather have a lot of friends that secretly hate you or no friends at all? I'm asking the question, would you rather have lots of followers who hate you or less followers who love you? I'd rather have less who love me. So all these people were like, you know, on Reddit and all, they were like, oh, we made this idiot famous, we made this clown famous. I was like, no, you didn't. Like, it's the, like, admiration I've gotten from a lot of people that has actually made me famous. And so many times people write me from corners of India and now the world, not just India, but India mainly, obviously, saying, we want to party with you, you're always at a party, we want to know how it's like to go to a party with Orry. I was like, say no more, let me have the Orry party. And when I put it up, like 3 tickets sold. I was like, shit. I thought it was going to be sold out in Monday. I thought I was like, I've said this in an interview already, so I don't want to say it again, but I thought I was Kylie Jenner. Like, my site would go live and it would break the internet, break down. But no, 3 tickets sold. But I put up a month before the party. But the weekend the party had reached, online site was finished. And we had 50 extra tickets at the door, sold out. So we had 550 total tickets sold out. I think we reached 600 people because in the end we sold you had to get a t-shirt. There was an Orry t-shirt was the ticket. We were 550 tickets sold, t-shirts, so 150 more people we allowed in without t-shirts. So that was amazing. And at that party I was like, if you've come, meaning you've come from Faridabad and Gurnabad and Pune and Bangalore, I had like 8 people had come from Bangalore, left work, gotten on the flight, come to Bombay and went on the 4 a.m. back. I knew which flight they were on because they went as a group of, they didn't know each other, but they're leaving, they must have seen the t-shirts on each other. Went back to Bangalore to make it to work because the party was on a Monday. It was not a weekend in Bombay. You couldn't come on Friday, Saturday, leave the next day. This was a Monday night. So I was like, if you have come for me, you're getting that picture. And I stamped everyone. So if you got a picture, you got a stamp. Doesn't mean I wouldn't talk to you or anything. Just means I'll prioritize the stampless over the stamped. And I didn't just give a picture. I made content pieces with them. I've sat and made reels. I've had shots. I've watched the video. I was not like, it was not like a meet and greet where you come take. It was a party. Like everyone was we were jumping and dancing, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't tell people the food inside was free because I didn't want people to come. People came knowing nothing. You came, you didn't know if you were getting a picture, you didn't know if you were getting a hug, you didn't know if you were getting a touch, you didn't know what you were getting. You came just knowing the fact that Orry said, I will be there, meet and greet, party here. You came, in my t-shirt no less. So that was the Orry party. Then when it came to Rihanna, she came to me and she was like, I saw you from stage, I saw those earrings, I was like, these huge dandelion earrings. And she's like, I want those earrings. And I was like, then you must have it. And I looked at my friend, I was like, take out, whip your phone out, whip your phone out. And he's taking out his phone. I'm like, take the earring. And she's taken the earring. She's lost the earring. She came back for the other earring and then I pinned it on her dress. But she's a cool girl. And we spoke for a bit, as much as you can talk to someone at a party without like, you know, like suffocating them, because she has other things to do and other people to meet and it wasn't my party. But like, I'm sure she'll remember me. And the connection I actually had with Rihanna, not real connection, but her best friend, Melissa, M. Dollis on Instagram, was actually my role model growing up. Because when I was in college, I'd seen a picture, meme of Rihanna and her best friend walking out some club, and the caption said, Rihanna's best friend lives like Rihanna without having to do a single day of work. And I told my brothers, look at it, I want to be that, and I want to be M. Dollis. She lives like she is Rihanna without doing a single day of work. I want to do that. I want to live like someone who's really rich and really famous and not have to do a single day of work. So every day I'm looking at my friends and I'm like, when are you going to become a billionaire so I can like live off it? When are you going to become really rich so I can, you know, be the friend? And similarly, same with Justin Bieber. He came across it. So I was just there enjoying the concert and he came from one side of the stage to the other side of the stage right at me in a crowd full of women, and he's come and sang Baby with me. It's so unreal. And then he left and then he came back to sing another song with me. So, you know, everyone was saying that he had an uncontrollable attraction to my aura. I didn't think that, but other people were saying that.
Social media also thinks that.
Exact. And then he put the video up as well. So I was just like, maybe they're right. I don't know. Maybe they're right. I don't want to like flatter myself or gas myself and believe that, but the possibility exists that there was obviously some fun energy exchange and he must have been like, this is a cool guy and I want to jam with him.
How do you find yourself in the middle of everything Bollywood? And when was this?
I would like to say I find myself honestly in the middle of everything. It's not just Bollywood. Like, people think it's Bollywood because if I put up 10 things in a day, and 9 are like business, law, hospital, I mean random topics, but 1 is Bollywood or media related, you're going to remember that because it's memorable to you because they're recognizable faces. So people are like, oh, he's in the middle of everything, but no, I'm in the middle of every single thing. If there's a tornado, I would like to find myself in the eye of the tornado. Just there, living, breathing, and my phone will be up documenting. Observing and documenting.
Are Bollywood friendships real?
I don't call my friendships with anyone in the film industry a Bollywood friendship. I am not actually in the film industry. I'm not part of the film fraternity. I've never been in a film. I've never worked on a film set. I'm not even interned or anything of the sort. I actually find film really, really, really difficult. I act in reels and I would like to maintain that status of being an Instagram actor. Like an Instagram model, I'm an Instagram actor. So I wouldn't say these are Bollywood friendships. I'm not in Bollywood. I didn't meet anyone via Bollywood. No one in Bollywood is my competition. I don't have a contemporary. It's not like I'm competing with. These are my friends. These are if I like them and they like me and we are friends, whoever you're thinking of in your mind that this is Orry's Bollywood friend, no, that's my friend. I don't have a quote-unquote Bollywood friendship. And there are no other livers. So if my industry is the liver industry, I don't have a contemporary in that industry worthy of my competition that I could have a fake friendship with, you know? So yes, these are my friends. Like if you see me with someone, they're my actual friend. If you don't see me with them.
Were you always so popular while growing up in school?
Yes, I was. I was always popular. I just made a vlog where I revisited my boarding school in Kodaikanal, and if you see it, I extensively, me and my roommate talk about how popular I was in school. And what was really nice to see is that even though I was so popular in school, whether it was because I made myself popular or naturally popular was not the question. I was so popular. Now 10 years later, I revisited Kodaikanal and I was just as popular. All the kids loved me because now they've been seeing me on the internet. So even though I didn't go to school with them and I didn't have to do drama and, you know, all of that stuff, like, you know, and be part of the gossip and all of, like, you know, be on the top of the, social chart. They knew me because now I'm famous, and it felt so amazing that the same popularity I had of being the most popular person on the hill back then, I maintained that status. And there's a video of all the kids coming to take. We had a meet and greet, and it was amazing.
When did you realize that you should be monetizing your social media game?
I actually, when did I realize, how do I answer this? Because I don't actually care to monetize my social media game. I really like when I'm creating something, it's never really about the money. You can't actually buy an Orry creation. Like if I'm creating a piece of content, it's because I actually wanted to create it. The Ashoka trend, the Ashoka trend, na 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 na.
Yeah.
It's an Insta trend, right? And I love jumping on the trend and orifying it. I love taking trends and making it my own. That's what you're meant to do with a trend. You're not supposed to do it the way everyone's doing it. You have to do something unique. So this is a female trend. It's a girls get ready with me putting my makeup on trend. So I was like, how do I orify this trend? I was like, I haven't shaved in 3 years. Let's do the Ashoka trend, which was very difficult. So I took help from some girl I found online, Shruti, who had done it. I would have never made a reel just for money. I don't think like that.
What was your first paycheck in life? It could be story behind that. How much did you get? How old you were?
So my first paycheck the oldest one I can remember right now, I don't know if this was my first, but this is the oldest one I can remember, is my parents were always like, you must work. Working is very important. And imagine today I'm a boy who actively talks about how you should not work. My mother must be crying somewhere. But hard work was always something they really instilled in us. Both my parents have their own businesses. They grew up working. They're independent. It was very important for us to be independent. So every summer during my college days, I always had to take a summer job, like an internship. You didn't have to earn money, but it's about the concept of being able to write that into your life, that discipline kind of, and that attitude. So my first summer off from college, I interned at Vogue India. I don't actually remember how much they paid, but that was the first time I actually got a check in my name, and I gave it to my parents and said, be proud of me. It was a hard job because I interned with the marketing team and I interned on the Vogue wedding show, and I can go down a rabbit hole of memories and a laundry list of fun and torture and fun and late nights and tears as we put up that show, which was a really big show, the Vogue wedding show, and the 100 calls I had to make to invite people and this and that. That's a whole interview for another time. I have enough content from that interview. But I don't remember. It was an intern salary in India is really not, I don't think it was much, probably more
Could you put a number on it?
I can't remember. I just actually can't. I'm trying to remember for my own self, but I just can't. It was more like a souvenir than a paycheck. But I did it, and I got the check, and I said I got my paycheck.
In your opinion, are money and happiness related?
I don't want to give you again, I hate those people who say things like, no, money and happiness are not related. No, money and happiness are 110% related. Anyone who said money doesn't buy happiness, the amazing American fictional professor Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl once said, whoever said money cannot buy happiness did not know where to shop. Sure, some things can make you temporarily happy, you buy a nice bag, great, made you happy. Happiness is over, you have to buy another bag, and buy another bag, and buy another bag, and buy another bag, and keep extending the happiness. Or buy yourself an experience that makes you happy. Buy someone you love, something that action that you do will make you happy, right? I'm very generous, and I like when people get happy when I give them things. I like when I come back from overseas from 2 months and I give my mom something sweet and she is happy because she remembers I thought of her, whether it's an expensive item or cheap, and sometimes it's something dumb and sometimes it's something nice. But she gets so happy that I get really happy. So yes, it is. Whoever said you can be happy with zero rupees in your bank account is an idiot, because you can't. You're going to be so stressed. Unfortunately, we are slaves to the finance system that we've created, and you have to be able to do things in life, and to do things, you don't have to be the richest person in the world. You can be happy with simpler things. You can be happy with cheaper things. I'm not saying you have to have all the money in the world, but it would be silly to say that they're not related. How related they are, I don't know if they're first cousins or siblings or second cousins or parent and kid, but they are related.
Tell us about the first time you fell in love, or at least you thought you did.
every time I fall in love, when it ends and you get over it, I feel like, was that really even love? And then when you fall in love the next time, you're like, I don't think that was love, because when you only know love when you're feeling love. Once that feeling is gone, like you're in love, like either you get married and it goes on forever, it ends, right? And the heart's meant to be broken. Yeah, I feel like the heart is meant to be broken. You're meant to fall in and out of love many times. I think it's a privilege to have fallen in and out of love. I feel every time you fall in love with someone and it ends, you learn so much about yourself. You change so much through the heartbreak. You grow so much. Of course, some people can spiral out of control and go downhill, but hopefully we are not those people and never to become that. So yes, I feel every time I fall in love once, and now I'm in that, it's been so long since the last time that I don't even know if the last 3 times I'd say I think I'm in love was that even love. So I don't really remember those times, and I feel like I erase them, because once it ends, I really work hard to put those pasts in the past. If that makes sense.
Was there any Hindi movie actor or actress that you were a fan of as a child?
Crazy Kiya Re, who was not an Aishwarya Rai fan? Who is not an Aishwarya Rai fan? Like imagine like Aishwarya Rai has gone to Paris for the L'Oreal show and Kendall Jenner's gone and taken a picture with her.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's come to India and she's gone and taken a selfie with Aishwarya. Like, who is not an Aishwarya Rai fan? And if you watch her, and I don't watch too many Bollywood movies because my Hindi is just not that good. It takes me long to watch it and I ask questions. But I watch the big ones and the great ones and the ones my friends are in as well, of course. And those are usually good, thank God. I haven't had to like lie to them yet. But Aishwarya Rai in Crazy Kiya Re, I've watched that video a billion times. How can someone look that amazing? Is it AI? But they didn't have AI back then, so she had to have looked like that. She was in Pink Panther as well. Like wow, like even like her Oprah interview, it was an Oprah interview, right? Where Oprah asks her something about marriage in India, and she gives all these like sassy responses. And that one iconic line, I think Simi Ganeriwal asks her, or not Kejo, it's definitely Simi Ganeriwal asks her. She was like, can you walk past a mirror without looking at it? And she's like, yeah, but why hurt the mirror? And I was like, what does that mean? And then when I took some time, then I realized like, why hurt the mirror's feelings by not looking at it? I was like, how do you think like that?
Think like that, yeah. You said something while answering this that you've not had to lie to your friends about their movies.
Yeah.
If there was a bad movie by your friend,
my face can't lie. I'm not an actor. I don't act. There's a reason I don't like I cannot hide my feelings. I cannot hide my feelings. I'm sure anytime you see me anywhere, there are always a lot of expressions on my face because I cannot hide the feelings. So and also I don't like lying because I feel like lying always leads to more lies, and what happens after you lie is you forget you lied because you remember the truth unless you believe the lie. There are people who will teach themselves, and many times I've taught myself to believe the lie, because if you believe the lie and you live the lie, then the lie is true because you've made it part of your truth. But most of the time when you lie, if I lie to you right now, let's say I've said something in this interview that's untrue and I've said it for the sake of the interview. What happens when 2 years later I forgot we spoke and I forgot I said it and I give you a completely different answer? I mean, whoever's interviewing me a different answer, then someone on the internet will remember that where he said this here and this here and will write a story about it. And I would love that, but I don't like lying because I feel if you lie today, it'll lead to a lie tomorrow, and also you shouldn't lie to your friends because it's good constructive criticism to tell someone they were bad at something. Like, many times I've had to say that to my friends. Once my friend made a piece of jewelry for me and she's like, I'm sending this to you, I made this for you, and I replied to her, I was like, I love you, but this is hideous. And I'm sorry that you worked so hard to make this for me, and I can lie to you and accept this, but I will never wear it and it will go to waste. But if you don't send it to me, you can melt it and take the diamonds out and keep, like, this can be salvaged. And you can lose less money. But if you give it to me, it will sit in a drawer, and then I hate wasting. I don't like excess inventory. I don't want to own too many things that aren't being used. I don't want to have a closet and boxes and like miser. No, what's it called? Miser? No, hoarder. I hate hoarding and I hate wastage. So I was like, you rather. And I'm good. I told her because The next design she made was great, right?
I'm going to cut this little piece that you just said because birthday's coming and I hate people when they just give me gifts that I don't like. So I'll use that. Okay. And I think you're a good friend to have for all this. I mean, I've only seen you with actors, but I think that if you are someone who doesn't lie and who can give a right feedback, I think.
But shouldn't everyone give the right
Yeah, but you know
feedback?
how
If you
industry
don't
is.
give a friend the right
But
feedback,
the
you're
industry
not.
is weird.
You're not a friend, right? You're just not you're a fake friend.
Thank you so much, Orry. I mean, this was really fun. Thank you so much.